thanks for coming back to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button if you end up liking something in the video. Make sure your bell notifications are turned on. Man, I love this bike. I'm going to tell you about the pipe I put on there, and what I've noticed. I'm coming up on 1,000 miles on this bike, so I'm going to do a 1,000-mile review, but I'm going to tell you what I found so far, and a couple things that kind of take me by surprise. But other than that, I've got a big confession to make. I've got to get it off my chest. So anyway, stay with me and we'll talk about that. It's confession time. I will tell you one thing about the bike. It runs a little warm. Now, overheat, it doesn't overheat, but you can see I've got 889 miles on it. I'm going to do a 1,000-mile complete review, but we'll get around to this confession in a second. Another thing that I can tell you is it is firmly planted. The suspension is a little bit harder than what I'm used to. I had a 2019 S1000R, and it's sprung a little bit harder for sure. It's running these Bridgestone tires. I really don't care about the Bridgestones. I don't like them really. I like the Pirelli Rosso 2s, or the last set I had on my 19 were 4s. But anyways, this thing is, man, it's brutal. It's probably, I can't see how they would really take it any further as far as horsepower. I mean, I'm gonna launch this thing in a little while, do the launch control, but man, it is this thing does everything so well as far as, but it's so fast. I think it's faster than what the chassis can handle. Also too, of course, I wear an airbag. I've got a link down in the description for 3 free months. I wear a Clem airbag, and if you buy one, it's about the cheapest way to get into an airbag. So they're like $3.99, but if you use a link in my description, you can get 3 months. It's a subscription based airbag. You can turn it off in the winter, but man, this thing just does everything so well. In the corners, this thing is on rails, man. It just, the faster you go, the better it handles. But anyways, I'm gonna get up here. I guess I need to tell y'all this confession, which anyways, I'll tell you about it. Let me get up here and we'll get to it. I will tell you one thing, that this bike, when you're on the road, there are a ton of people that look at it. I don't know if it's the wings down there or the color, or I just look crazy. I don't know, but it commands a lot of attention on the road. So anyways, let me give you a little of the backstory to me. I've been riding motorcycles my whole life, okay? I've been riding my motorcycle since I was like 6 years old. My first motorcycle was an Italjet 50. It was a dirt bike. My parents bought me that, and they used to take me to the track on the weekends, and I'd ride. A little bitty guy. I mean, I was a little bitty guy. So I've been riding motorcycles my whole life, but how I ended up on YouTube, or how I ended up with this group, Dallas, Texas area sport bike riders, and doing events, it was really crazy. So, oh man, one of these Dallas traffic jams on the tollway. Can you imagine paying $5-6 to go home? It's a 20-mile-an-hour trip. This is like typical in Dallas. But getting back to the story, so my little nephew bought a Grom. That's all I really wanted. It was about 5-6 years ago. That's all I really wanted, was a little Grom, just something to play with. My last bike was an FZR 750 RT, and it was kind of a limited production bike. I worked at a Yamaha shop in Plano, Central Yamaha, That was my last bike. Actually, it was stolen, but so he bought this Grom, and I went with him to pick it up at Al Lamb's Honda, and they had a CBR 1000. So anyway, excuse me. Anyways, I see it, and I knew Al Lamb. He's been there forever. It was like a $17,000 bike marked down. It was brand new, no miles. It was a 17 model, like a 190 horsepower bike. Really, at that time, it was a little under horsepower, but anyways, so I told him, I just looked it over. I said, hey, I want it. Well, I went home. My wife, I had just got done with open heart surgery, 6-way bypass, mitral valve put in. And anyways, let me get through this traffic, and I'll get back with y'all. Anyways, I'll make a long story short. I know y'all don't need the full autopsy report, but so me and my little nephew, I got the CBR. Finally, my wife didn't want me to have it. She said, you're gonna get killed on it. I said, why do I have to get killed? I've never had a problem on a street bike. I have a healthy respect for them. But anyways, so we started going riding on the weekend. We found people to ride with, but we found people to ride with him, and we get their phone numbers, and they'd always stand us up. We'd call them on the weekend. They're like, no, I gotta work, I gotta do something. So anyways, I said, you know what, Larry, forget that crap. And I've always been kind of smart, not saying that I'm real smart, but I said, we're gonna start doing a meetup. That's how I got started on the Tonnit motorcycle app. The Tonnit motorcycle app had just come out, been out like 3 weeks. So I got on there, created a profile. It was a brand new free app. It's still free. Started a club. They opened the clubs part about a month and a half later, but I started meeting it at a QT here in Dallas every Saturday, every weekend if it wasn't raining, and we started building a club. I started building a club. Actually, all the guys but like 2 of the guys that really helped me get it off the ground, they've all moved on, but I've just hung with it, and it's grown and grown. And now there's like 5,200 people in it. Now, granted, a lot of people that join the club don't live in Texas, but I bet you there's, I don't know, there's a bunch. But so I can do a ride now at a shop, and I've moved on and started doing rides at shops and big events. And you can look on my Facebook page under Ray Bowden, you'll see. But it's just grown and grown. It's something I love. I love riding motorcycles. Actually, I love people. I love talking to them. I love conversating. I love bullshitting everybody because I'm like the biggest BSer. And I've got a little salesmanship to me, I guess. I don't know. But people like me, and I love them. So it's worked out well, and it's grown into what it is now. So I've got like 5,200 people on my Facebook group. I think there's 1,900 people on Tonnit. Yeah, 1,900 on the Tonnit motorcycle app. And all these, I've got links in the description of every video. How to follow me or join the club if you live here in the Dallas, Texas area. Or if you ever need any help putting a club together or ideas or anything like that, leave a comment and I'll get with you. We'll email. I'll give you my phone number. We'll talk personally. Some of the funnest things I love to do in the videos are reply to comments. There's a lady that's got a M1000R competition edition. Amen Corner, I think, is her handle on YouTube. And then M1000R, he just got his. I love talking to these people, man. It's always like the same people. I love the comments. So you can leave a comment at any time. I'm gonna pull over down here and I'm gonna show you some stuff that I found that I don't like about this bike, and it's kind of made me wonder. And I'm gonna talk to BMW about it. I'm sure they're gonna make it good, but. And I'll show you the pipe I put on it and where I got it and how I got it, and I do get some support from dealers. Actually, I get a lot of support. Plano Kawasaki just paid to sponsor the whole ride for my Healthcare Heroes ride. That was about a $3,000 undertaking. So huge shout out to Plano Kawasaki here in Plano. That's where, if I was going to buy a Kawasaki or Aprilia or Suzuki or anything like that, and they've got all that stuff in stock, you can call their sales department. Anyways, I'll quit plugging them. But I'm going to pull over up here and show you what I'm talking about, so hang in there. Let me get off this thing, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff. Let me turn this off. As you know, I don't know if you've looked at my other videos, but I put a brand new just a header on it, and I could have got an Akrapovic. I could have got a titanium. I'm really not into the blue deal. I just kind of like this look. But what I ended up buying was a M4 header. Same, and if you look at them in the picture, same thing as an Akrapovic. I got that header for now they're $804, but I got it for $749. That's before the price increase, but I kept the factory can. That was the deal on my pipe. Actually, there was a credit card offer that was gave to me. It said if you spend $500 in the first 30 days, we'll give you $200, put it back in your account. So it actually cost me $550. So that's how I did that. And then I asked my wife, because she's the one with all the money. She takes care of all of our money. Anyways, so let me tell you what I took this bike apart, all the plastics off of it, and ceramic coated it all. I'm gonna put the video up on that in a pretty short time. But underneath these, I don't know if you can see it, when you take these wings off, those red decals and that blue decal are kind of messed up. You can kind of see it right there. I think those decals are messed up. That's one of the picks. I would have thought they would have had plastic or something under those wings. Another thing is, I think, and I haven't taken them off lately, I think the carbon is rubbing on the black tank. So I don't know how they're going to fix that. They'll probably have to replace the tank. That's really it. I did lower the tire pressure. The front's got like 29 or 30 pounds in it. Somebody calling here. Oh, that's my daughter. I'll call her back. Anyways, I put 29 in the front, 34 in the back. The back one came with like 44 or 46 in it, and that one had 35. And then I lowered the suspension settings, went to Pro 1, the Pro Race 1, and adjusted the compression and rebound and dampening down on the front end, the rear shock, to almost the lowest. It rides like a Cadillac now. Right here, I don't know if you can see it right here. You can probably see the line. Part of my pants were kind of rubbing a spot on it, so I got the spot out and put PPF film there, and it's never had a problem. I've got a PPF link where I bought it in bulk, and I cut the square. Also too, Laminax is a company, but that's self-healing. I did do the front of the headlight with the clear, because that headlight's like $1,300. But all the forward surfaces I'm going to do in that PPF film, and probably really quick. But okay, getting to what I need to confess to. Man, my YouTube channel's just grown and grown. Thank all of you so much. But the big confession is I've never used a 360 camera. And this camera, I've had it for about 3 days. And man, this is a 360 X3. And I'm going to get a link, a affiliate link, where you can get it and a motorcycle kit for like $550. So hang in there. It should be in the description here pretty soon, if it's not in this one. We're going to launch this thing. I'm going to show you how you do it and what it's like. If you got one of these, don't be afraid to do it, because it's not going to flip back on you. Let me get up here to some straight, and we'll light the fuse on it here. Got a car coming. Here we go. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Here we go. Hold down the start button. Launch control, 3 starts still available. 8 grand, here we go. Woo! I wasn't too good with that clutch. That was ugly. That's it for today. I've got this 360 cam. Never used one. Been on YouTube. Been really serious about YouTube since June. I can tell you how to get a bunch of subscribers is, if you're in the motorcycle space, is shorts. YouTube shorts. And your shorts need to be really, what worked for me was about 9 seconds long with transition changes. You can go through my YouTube and look at it to get some idea, but really whatever you come up with, as long as it moves along, it's going to probably work. And you can put it to YouTube's music. Just play around with it if you're getting into YouTube. It's so easy. Well, I won't say so easy, but if you really study it, it's not rocket science. Hey, thanks for riding along with me. I'm going to put this 360 on the side of the bike and start getting some really cool side angles and lower angles, and so it's coming along. But this is the first time I've ever used one. I've always been intimidated by one. Man, after buying one, I wish I would have bought it a long time ago. It's really very, very easy. This 360 camera is so easy to figure out. I don't know if it's because of the new one, the new software, the app that they have, or what, but it's not rocket science by far. You can figure it out. But get your camera, start taping what you're doing. Get your YouTube channel. Man, you're going to be out there riding anyways. I just enjoy the process of making the video and the editing part. Leave a comment what you think. If you're fixing to start a channel, where you're watching my channel from, what you want to see. Man, thank you so much for doing what you do on my channel and watching and helping and leaving the comments and the likes. That's going to be probably about it for today. Thanks for riding with me again. And here's 2 videos that YouTube thinks you ought to watch that I've got. Thanks again, man. Love y'all.